Just when we thought things were wrapped up with Headstone Apparel, another monster hunt begins. This time, the boys venture into the land of the pharaohs, where ancient pyramids and forgotten tombs hide secrets buried beneath the sands. The seal is broken. The tomb is opened.
It's moving. The hand is trying to get out.
Ancient has
Stay
awakened.
back. It's not free yet. Look, it keeps reaching but can't escape. The curse holds it. We must leave now. Move! Go, go, go! Everyone in! Hold on!
First of all, another amazing intro by Dubs. Dubs, you are the man. I am Reviews of Moose, and today I am wearing the Creature, and this just happens to be by Headstone Apparel. And so he's our guest today. And what do you got on, Dubs?
Today I'm wearing the Boston Scally Bruiser in beige, and you can find me at YouTube at Dubs Hat Hub and Facebook as well. Passing the mic to my boy Chad.
Chad from First 508 Airborne, First 508th Airborne on YouTube. I'm wearing the Dudley Solo from Peaky Hat in blue.
I see what you do with that pass the mic thing. So,
Passing it off to Ant.
I got a surprise for you guys. Speaking of that, later you'll see. I'm actually wearing one of the caps I got on my site, charcoal plaid split flat cap. I got them on sale now, $19.99 on anoxunbox.com. I had to grab that because I had another cap on, but we'll be showing that soon.
Nice.
And of course, we welcome back Mike with Headstone Apparel. Mike, we're glad to have you back, first of all. And since the last time you've been on, what's new that's happened since then?
The biggest thing is we've relocated. So previously it was in Florence, Kentucky. Now in Sandy Springs, Georgia. You know, right in Atlanta area. So
Wow.
big move.
Quite the move. Yeah.
Yeah, enjoying the heat, but I mean it's hot everywhere right now. So
Yeah.
so that was a big thing. And then of course, so happy to be on the show because we are releasing, as part of the show here, The Mummy today. That is going live on Etsy as we speak.
Nice.
I'm wearing the Creature, but I will go ahead and switch over and throw the Mummy on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and put mine on as well.
That's
These are live on Etsy now. And I'll go ahead and put the link in the banner as well. And I got it. I just now posted it in the chat for you to scroll over there and go ahead and pick up your Mummy. It's right there.
Great lid. It's a great lid.
Yes.
Yeah. And if I don't mind saying so myself, you've had 3 releases. You've had the Werewolf, the Creature, and the Mummy, and they're getting better and better at each release. I'm impressed with the Mummy. It's like, and if you want to go ahead and just tell us the material and what came about with it.
Yeah. So the Mummy was. I'm about, theming everything heavily, obviously, towards the monster. And this exceptionally tied into summer, my move to Atlanta with the heat, wanted to do our first linen hat, a little bit lighter weight, more breathable, etc. So went ahead and did that. And, it was the perfect color to kind of fit that theme. The gold liner reminds you of treasure that you would hope to find in some tomb. And, I just was really happy with my artwork that came out. Really, really nice. It's always interesting when I'm drawing it up on, the iPad and paper and all that. And then once you see it actually in the hat, that it translated well. And the one thing I'm really happy with, at the very top, you'll see the little snake icon. And that was able to translate over. So that was like a big deal that, you know, even though that minute detail was able to get in there really, really nice. So that was cool. Just super happy how thematically it just all worked out beautifully. I've been wearing mine. We were on a family vacation to Disney, so I wore it all around Florida. I don't know if any of you guys saw in the chat, Ryan Rimmer was actually our Reimer. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Was out at Disneyland, and he was saying if anybody could find him, he'd make them two hats, things like that. So I chimed in.
Yes.
You find me, I'll give you a hat. That's cool. I'm down. You know,
That's cool.
I like the texture of the underbill.
Yeah,
The underbill is so awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that texture, man. My wife actually said that too. She was like, "Wow."
I noticed that right away. I really like that.
This is our first sandstone, is what we're calling this one, as opposed to, you know, the others. Sorry.
That's a great sound. Yes.
Yeah, we love that sound. But yeah, sandstone is, you know, what this one's going to be. Obviously, the other two hats had our basic, you know, granite, you know, headstone brim. So that was, you know, another huge exciting thing for me was to see, yes, this works. That the texture, like you said, is to me why I picked them. You know, like it goes to like a stone theme. I know it's leather, etc. You know, texture leathery, but it gives that feel of like rock, effectively. So I wanted to carry that through. And this, you know, will translate going forward. You know, I have other ideas with other colors that will work with stone. You know, something we'll announce later in the show, something that'll work for other things too. So it's just getting really familiar with all the different materials that are out there, different designs and things like that. So I'm very excited about the whole process.
It's a very comfortable hat, and the one I got is very true to size. So, you know, both are big pluses.
Yep.
Same here. Yep.
That's what I'm after.
Yes, Ryan, it has been released. It's been released for about 3 minutes now, and I'll put the link in the chat again so everybody can just go ahead and get that link on there. Now, I will tell you that it's not only, I mean, first of all, the pin obviously glows in the dark just like the others.
Yes.
But the artwork, I mean, that artwork is, that's, I must have took some time. And with the other ones, you got like the first one, the werewolf, was more of the colder weather months. You know, then you had the creature, which I consider a year-round cap, even though it's very light material. And this one here, I think is, you know, it's pretty much all year-round cap here in Wichita. But yeah, I mean, it's so light. It's perfect for the hot months. Like right now, I think it's 107 degrees outside here in Wichita right now. But I mean, but like those guys said, that brim is. Under that,
it's a cool little.
I was in awe when I put this on my head for the first time.
I like how it has a little bit of drape on the side, man. It kind of gives it a bigger look. Yeah.
I was going to say that too. That cut, when you look at the profile, there's like a little cut there that's so unique. And I think that I'm going to say that you reinvigorated the 6 panels. Like you brought them back from the dead, if we could say that. It makes sense because. I was in the gym the other day and I was wearing the Jaws Boston Scally. It's got the 2 white panels in the front. And one of my buddies was like, "Where's the propeller?" Right away, I turned it backwards. To show the show. And I know a lot of people have had that complaint about 6 panels, but these 6 panels sit a little bit flatter with a little bit of drape. You totally get a different vibe with it. And that's what makes it so unique.
That darting in there gives it a little bit different profile.
Yeah, the BSC 6 panels, man, look so tiny on my head, but this is a whole different ball game,
they're like
dude.
stiffer and tighter, and they're just a different style. You know, you have to have a certain shape head for them.
To be fair, that was my first love with, and you know that's why I do like the.
Me too.
What I did like about theirs specifically, that profile that theirs has, it hugged my head nice and tight and felt secure. So I get nervous when the wind starts blowing, like, oh, okay, bear, hold on, things like that. And that 6, for whatever reason, 6 always fit me with Boston Scally. Like that was my go-to style for.
They're almost like a baseball cap.
And then I went
closest to the ball.
that is the perfect example of it. It fits like a baseball cap, and it feels comfortable.
Yeah.
When I go, and my next love is obviously 8 panels. Like you said, you get that little extra drape. But my problem is, I just bought the Goonies. And it's just a little sloppy. I can't dial in size wise to what I need. So it's either buy big, fill with spacer, or buy too small, and then it's uncomfortable, and I can't, I know, and you get the curve in there. I like, the baseball curve in that.
Yeah. Or you just buy Headstone instead. So
I like this idea best of all, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I always say when I get a straight brim cap, I don't curve it, and Pete, that drives some people nuts. But when I get a curved bin, I don't try to straighten it. I just like them the way they look out of the box if I don't have to do anything to it. And this is like that. But there's like a little piece of foam inside there. Is that there for like structure? Should you keep it in there? Do you advise taking it out, or is it for shipping, or is it just for structure of the cap?
I wondered that too. It looks good either way, with it and without.
Yeah, I took it out of the Creature and I like it, and I left it in this and I like it. So it's kind of either way, really.
It's dealer's choice, because that it is kind of whatever works for you. The one I took mine out on this one, and it's holding its shape fine, what have you. Honest to God, it's personal preference. As far as shipping, I mean, we have, I know you guys have used the steamers. I use a steamer on mine. We're fighting getting a little bit of wrinkles in there, obviously from shipping. And it's supposed to help with that, but it doesn't. I mean, it helps enough. But I say leave it in there, see what works best for you. It depends on how you're grabbing it, what you're doing with your hands, how much you're curving it, that'll affect, the drape on the front too. So
yeah, it's not the first time I've seen it. I've gotten a Mulligan driver cap that had the foam in there, and I left it in because it gave good structure. And also, just so everybody knows, the pin is one of these magnetic pins, one of these super strong magnetic pins.
Yeah,
it's a great pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, I have to confess that I ended up putting the glow-in-the-dark werewolf pin on my mummy cap just because I had the Shepherd's. It's such a cool pin. But both the pins are really cool. The magnets on them work really good. Nice job.
They're like the Gorilla Glue of magnets. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So on the artwork that you have on the mummy pin, what is in the background on that, like behind the mummy?
Oh, so yeah, that he's popping out of like the sarcophagus.
Okay, so what?
Grab one over here.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but wasn't sure.
But the real impressive detail from my drawing that they were able to get on the pin, and I don't know how closely you examined, there are actually hieroglyphs in the yellow portion on the side there, right here, and that actually translated to the pin. They did such fine detail work on this. I was kind of blown away because I figured,
oh man, I'm just noticing that now. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know what ones I finally did on there, but it should be an H and the S. So there's DeFont uses a lot of different things, and you can type in letters and it'll translate it into whatever symbols they've done. So that should be the H and the S for Headstone in hieroglyphs. So it was just a nice little touch, and I was so happy with our pin manufacturer that they could get that level of detail, because like I said, I just assumed, that little stuff will get, blown out right away. Like, sorry, but we can't do that.
Dude, it's such a great pop of color on this solid cap, man. It really, really makes it pop. So
I'm really.
For those who don't know, the pin's got the texture on it. It's not just a smooth pin with a picture. It has texture.
Yeah.
This is a soft enamel pin. Soft enamel.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's that soft enamel pen with the nice texture and the cut in it, a little 3D. It's really nice.
I just lost my magnet. Really strong magnet too. That's
Mike,
one of the words the mummy on it glow in the dark also.
Yes.
Except he did a little Boston Scally in the picture, because the mummy's got a different cap on. And Boston Scally loves doing that.
Yeah, I did that. Well, the werewolf has the green.
Yeah, and the werewolf pin, the moon glows in the dark.
The art
Yeah.
comes first, and then the hat construction comes later. So
Right.
a lot of it's, like when I was doing it, that teal color, which may be another hat idea that might be coming out. The teal color worked really nice with the golds and the yellows, like color wise, that all
Right.
jived. That's why I went with the light blue for the mummy. Because honestly, those also were like alternative colors. I was thinking about it, to do the mummy, and I'm like, that don't jive. Like, it doesn't make sense. Why would he have a blue cap in the drawing? That's perfectly fine, but
100%. Yeah.
for
Definitely.
the overall theme, I went with the beige hat. The artwork can kind of do that. You can get little options and things like that. So. Yeah, but the hat on the art isn't always indicative of the hat. And that's also, like, I hate to say, like, protection too, because yes, I could have an awesome drawing and okay, I've got to draw the drawing to match some crazy plaid that is actually in the physical hat. Well, that doesn't translate to the drawing. I mean, look at the creature, for example. I can't get all those blues and yellows and white and all that little intricate stuff, and it's just going to look like a jumble on the picture. So, there's a little creative license that comes in with it.
Yeah,
Mike, I got a couple questions from the audience real quick before they get too lost in the chat here. First one is from Paulie's Hat Trick.
Okay,
where can you get one of those purple polos?
These are available on Etsy shop too. You can go into the polo shirt and you can pick from a variety of colors that are available.
It's sharp looking.
Yeah, I started doing that, and the t-shirts are available with all the logos as well.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So
you have the logo on the shirt there? I can't even see it. So small.
Yeah, I can't see it either.
Nice. Cool. I didn't know that.
Zoom in on my man boob,
I was going to say, one of the things I really like about this is my first hat from you. One of the things I really like about it is it reminds me of my two favorite 6-panel caps, which are the Buster from Sturkowski and also the Red Rum. I think that's from Swisher. But just kind of the fit and the drape and stuff of the cap really reminds me of both those two caps. That I like it a lot better than the BSC style 6 panels. So.
Nice.
I agree with you there.
Yeah,
sure.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I got another question. How many hats are made in each size? And what's the sizing of them?
Yeah. So that was the big new thing that we did this release. We do have down to size 56. We have size 58, 60, and 62. I desperately urge you small and large scale people, please show up, because we need to know going forward if we need to run size 56 or size 62. They are for us so far slower sellers. And that's a big business thing. I need to know, like, I'm happy to order them as long as we can sell them. Obviously, I mean, that makes all the sense in the world, but I'm biased. I probably will continue with 62s. That's my son's size, so he needs a 62. I don't want to leave Dubs over there in the corner,
It's great news, man. Great news.
Yeah.
Dubs, you're still a 62 Dubs. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Still 62. So actually, I was in between like a 62, 5, and 3 when I first started out, and it's gotten a little less on me now. So the weight loss has affected it.
Well, it probably won't shrink much. He's got a pretty big brain underneath there. He's pretty smart fellow.
Like Stewie from Family Guy.
If your head starts getting too small, you can always do the looks maxing with the hammer around the hat line there to build up the bone.
Yeah.
and a quick question here from Reimer is: did anybody recognize you at Disney World?
They did not.
Disney
I ran with your thing and stole it and tried to help you out and repost and all that. I don't know who found you, but nobody managed to find either me or my son. We were both wearing the mummy. Actually, someone could have got a nice preview. Mummy, and then I also had the creature with me on vacation, so didn't get any no winners. Unfortunately.
Did somebody find Ryan? Somebody found him?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I found him with AI.
Just zoom in on the Google map.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of looking at all the chat here. There's quite a few.
Yeah, I was just answering one of them.
Yeah, I just don't want to get it to where we go to the next.
All right, Dubs, I cut you off, I think.
Just curious if you can give us any hints on what to expect next from Headstone.
Well, I'm really excited for the show here because going to drop the information. We are doing our inaugural Halloween hat this year. New features, new things that we're trying. And I think it looks killer. I'm biased, obviously. So
I'm excited.
I am too.
What I've seen, it looks
color
killer.
schemes I like.
I could agree.
Yeah.
All right, Chad, you got a question, bud?
I was kind of going to ask along the same thing.
So do we go with the Bride of Frankenstein? Do you also consider the Invisible Man part of the Classic Monster series? Where does Classic Monsters end? You know, I'm 80s, very Monster Squad. You know, I think of the big heavy hitters. Bride is kind of on the fringe.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, the Invisible Man is also on the fringe. You know, that's I don't know. It's not enough horror based for me. Like a Twilight episode kind of thing. You know, like,
well, what would be the artwork for the Invisible Man?
Yeah,
maybe that's already made. Here, I'll put it here.
That would be like this all-time sale of all time. You sell the Invisible Man cap and you're selling nothing.
Yeah, it's invisible.
I didn't get my order.
And it's going to release on
It's collecting
April
money.
Fool's Day.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. That's
like the guy who made a fortune selling My Pet Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, at least some tangible there, you know.
All right, Ant, your turn, bud.
Yeah, I think we covered most of the stuff I was going to ask. I have most of my notes here about our next segment with the horror movies, but I guess what I could ask is before we get into that, do you just wear? Because I'm talking to Ryan from Peaky Hat. He says he just wears Peaky hats. Can't wear anybody else's. What other cap makers' hats are you wearing right now?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, so I wear Boston Scally. That's probably the largest in my groupings. I probably have over 50 of those. I mean, I was drinking the Kool-Aid pretty hard.
Everybody was.
yeah, still am. Like I said,
Yeah.
the Goonies. I was all over the Goonies. That I'm 80s, so that very spoke to me. I love the button top that they did on that. That was really cool. Nice feature. But yeah, Boston Scally. Let's see. My girlfriend made me one for Christmas.
Cool.
APOC, just a basic one, but she did the transfer and it was almost like a test market. She's like, yeah, I got you this hat and I made it for you with it's got Haunted Mansion. I don't have it here. I'd show you. But it's got the Haunted Mansion on the inside because we're both big fans of that. And I'm like, And then things kept progressing, with Headstone. I'm like, this could be viable, especially if we can find somebody to do it for us for, a significant amount of hats, not just one. Because she had to try multiple times to get it just right and all this thing. But it's a great hat. I love that hat. It's comfortable. It's definitely a winter hat because it's heavier. So yeah, I wear that. And those are kind of my staples. Like you were talking earlier, where we were talking earlier off camera about black hats. So, that was kind of my go-to, black hats. Well, you wear them in the summer. They get stupid hot, but they also fade. So your black hat now looks like blackish gray. And like you were saying, that's where you need like the staple hats. I don't need this one-off release Jaws. I need that same black hat I kept getting every time because I need to replace my old black hat that looks great.
I got the Ace and the UFC. It's the same freaking hat. There's two different emblems on it.
Yeah.
Do whatever theme you want. Just get a black hat and put a new pin on it. And you got every theme you could have. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
there's so many. I'm gonna go ahead and ask my question for it because there's people in the chat are kind of asking for me. But we had we're going along this line, and with the creatures, the universal monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Once that line is over, like there's a St. Patrick. Will you do something like the Leprechaun? You know, the old terrible movie that was.
Yeah. Yeah. Hard to say.
The folklore monsters.
The folklore monsters make a lot of sense, thematically, and with Headstone and kind of like historic lore, etc. I guess. I very much like the idea of doing holiday themed hats. Like I dig that a lot. Like I said, the Halloween, we plan to do a Christmas hat as well. So I like doing holiday hats. It's fun. It gets you creatively. It's fun to do. So I'm down for doing a leprechaun. It'll just be my twist on it. So we'll have to see, how that works. And then continuing the line, like in the space that we've, come about, can go into all sorts of different, like, okay, 80s horror movies, 70s horror movies, 90s, and, go through the decades of horror movies, that kind of thing. Just general creatures, so witches, ghosts, zombies, Chad had mentioned, things like that. It's only limited by my, funding, I guess. Whatever, with that, my imagination, like how quickly I can come up with artwork. You get big enough,
you run out of stuff. You can start going into monsters from other cultures and stuff like that too.
I very much I'm in tune with that. Recently went to Japan last year and things like that. And
they have a lot of different cool
their
things.
horror stories are a lot different than ours. You've got, I know we're going to be talking about horror movies. What was that? And I'm gonna get hurt for this because I'll probably say it wrong. La Llorona.
Right here. I just commented on that.
The water witch. There you go. I would like to do that because the imagery with that is brilliant, right? Like colors come to mind. So I'm down for that multicultural imagining of different things and going that route.
Yeah. And I got a friend who writes books in Michigan called Michigan Chillers, and then he's got American Chillers as well. And I don't know where he comes up with these ideas, but each one is like a city, like Sheboygan, Michigan. He'll like do a Sheboygan monster. But I mean, there's so many in the United States. You got Mothman. There's so many more you can hit on. And,
but the cryptids is right.
The cryptids would be cool too. The Wendigo, that's what we have up here in Minnesota.
Yep. You saw the Bigfoot came out. Somebody scooped us on that. So, but clearly
they stole it from Dubs.
I know. Me and Mike had talked about the Bigfoot as well, doing a cat at one time.
Yeah, like you said, cryptids are. I mean, everybody. It's that they did the Nessie or whatever that one was called. I didn't like
Loch
that.
Ness,
Loch Ness. The imagination and the imagery is just so great with those. So they're easy marks. I hate to say it. Like, hell yeah, we can do a Loch Ness. Heck yeah, Lake Placid, any of the different lake monsters.
Like a dog man cynocephaly cap.
Yeah. So
the Jersey Devil.
Yeah,
I like that one.
That's a pretty cool story, the Jersey Devil story.
Yeah.
And they say he was actually
Mrs. Leeds.
Yeah, Leeds. And she had so many kids or something that she said this one's gonna be the devil, and he came out all deformed. People are saying that that's a story about an actual, back then it was just a deformed kid that was born.
Elephant Man style.
That, But that house is that people used to drive by that house. Like out here, we have the Amityville Horror House.
Yeah,
right.
I heard they changed the iconic windows on that house.
Yeah, I think one of the new owners changed it. I might too, man, because that was probably annoying. People driving by.
You can only imagine how hard it was to.
But the Mrs. Reed's house in Jersey, they knocked down now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck selling the Amityville house. With those eyeball, things. I remember
that's only about 20 minutes from here.
Yeah, scared of any house that had that same design. Like, oh,
yeah.
And before we get to that part of the show, again, I just want to plug in here that The Mummy is now live. I'll go ahead and put the link in the chat, and as well as the creature and the werewolf are on the website as well. So that link to get that is now in the chat as well. It's over at Headstone Apparel shop.etsy.com. And go ahead and go there, because like I said, his releases, Mike's releases are going to be based on sales. And right now he's got the 2 sizes that don't sell as well. I mean, that he's given a try to. Was that the 56 and the 62?
Yep.
And those are limited numbers, correct?
Yes. Yeah. These are all,
Yeah, so
we've got about 50 of each, I think. Not even, because I'm retaining about 10 for exchanges if need be and things like that. So there's about 40 up for sale of each size.
There you go.
They're going.
So you want to make sure you
they're
jump
going
on those if you wear those sizes before they're gone. And once they're gone, they'll probably be gone for a while.
And for return customers, you will see we changed our Etsy listing. Now you just go into the Mummy, and then there is a drop down for sizes. Whereas before I had it listed individually, I finally figured out how to get the stocking right for quantities. So
Cool.
per size. So now it's nice and easy to find. And like I said, there's still the 2 listings. Maybe in the future we'll look at maybe like doing some kind of combo pricing for them and things like that. But we need the sales to keep everything churning and bringing more out, hats out. That's, I hate to say, like, the bulk of the sales just go right back into the next hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's
I
always
don't
good
know if
to
it was
see
said
you
too. It's
releasing
a
it
nice, cool, breathable linen cap. So it's nice for this time of year.
Oh yeah, this is our first linen too.
Yeah,
those,
linen is nice.
It's been very helpful. The light color, the linen in this ungodly heat that we're kind of all experiencing. So,
and us 4 here, we're huge supporters of small business, and I mean, we want to see everybody excel, but we particularly we enjoy having the small businesses on here, and
100%.
Mike, I don't say this lightly, but you do it the right way, and very impressed. And it's, I know Ant, this is the first time Dub said that the first time he had a 6-panel in forever, because it just didn't fit him well, and that hat looks very nice on you as well, Dub.
Mm-hmm.
But that is the Mummy. And Ant, Chad, or Dub, do you have anything else to ask about the hat?
Dude, I gotta say one thing. I just found out tonight that this was
What?
Froze up.
Oh,
He freeze up for you guys?
No, I thought that was me. He froze? Okay.
No, he froze.
but he just found out.
Yeah.
That he froze.
Oh, that's a pretty good picture you got there.
I just found out that
Dubs, get on Wi-Fi. So there you go. There you go. No, go ahead. Start all over. Start all over again, Dubs.
Oh, I was just saying that I had no idea that the pen glue glowed in the dark until tonight, man. So something I learned. Yeah.
Yeah, the words mummies do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the eyes. The eyes
I
actually
gotta
glow.
test it out a little later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be going forward. I'm a big nerd. My glasses actually glow. I'm a big nerd for glow in the dark. Ever since I was a little kid. So unless anything changes or really doesn't work art wise, the pins will always be glow in the dark. Obviously, if I can find a way to do anything else with the shirts or the liner, I'd be on board with that. But yeah, glow in the dark's cool.
Yeah,
I agree. And plus, it fits that theme you're going with, the old '80s, and it's just
This too, you walk through the fair, right, and you go through all the black light stuff, and everything's glowing, and it's extra spooky, and it fits.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say that what you said earlier about it all goes back into it, so that when you come out with a new cap, that shows the success of the previous caps. And, people need to realize that about this whole community as it keeps growing and moving. That's showing the success, and everything's kind of just going around. You know what I'm saying? Because we're putting it back into it to make more stuff.
Yeah.
Moose is starting to auction stuff now, so he can do more reviews.
We hope you come on and release a future cap. Yeah, this is fun.
People on it, serious.
Yeah, that was an eventful day the other day.
People on it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get in the next portion here. We've got Sean watching us. What's going on, Sean?
What's up, Sean? That's where I got that Jersey Devil story from. I was watching Scallywags, and he told that Jersey Devil story.
Oh, about Mrs. Leeds, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, about Leeds, yeah.
Blow party at Headstone Apparel.
So my assistant Emma let me know that we're getting questions on Etsy about a website. Maybe in the near future. We're still rolling with Etsy for right now, but that is definitely on our list of growth metrics that we're trying to decide if we're going all in on to bother with the website and time invested in what's cheaper and better for what we want to do. I know another, and sorry to jump in on this, but the other thing people have asked is pre-orders. I don't like the idea of pre-orders because God forbid something happens, goes awry. You gave me all your money. Now I got to find that it gets back to everyone.
Yeah.
I have your money. Let your money sit in the bank and earn the peanuts you're probably going to get, but at least you're getting some peanuts rather than you gave me your money and 3 months from now you can have a hat. Like,
Yeah.
I get where pre-orders work, and I'm not saying I'll never do them, but I prefer to have it in hand, be able to see it, vet it, make sure it's good, and then have a release like we're doing tonight, and everybody come buy them. Like, I just feel better about that.
Makes sense, yeah.
So,
the scariest monster is
that
an
weren't
upset
asked,
wife.
but...
That's 100% right there. All right, so now that we're I mean, you're a big horror guy. We're all big horror people, and
Yes.
we grew up in that great era to where we were able to watch horror movies like the Universal monsters, obviously when it was being replayed, but then we also got before all the CGI took over, and just the makeup artists, which is kind of like a lost art now. But I'm gonna go ahead and ask this chat in the chat as well. And the question is what's in horror movie you love that nobody seemed to remember anymore? And I got a list of them. And but I'm just curious in the chat as well what some of the horror movies are. But what is a horror movie that you like, Mike, that is kind of like a guilty pleasure that people may have forgotten about? It was a lesser known movie.
Wow. I might have to come back to it, but I know it's obviously gained huge popularity right now, but Army of Darkness is still one of my go-to horror movies for fun. Bruce Campbell's amazing. Sam Raimi, does his thing. It's a specific type of movie. You're either going to like that kind of thing or you're not. I'll have to rack my brain and think of some obscure one. But literally just watched the old black and white Mummy that had Peter Cushing in it.
Mm-hmm.
From Death Star fame. He was also Doctor Who in the Doctor Who movie way back when. And I, for some reason, forgot he was even in it. I'm like, no kidding. I actually know him. I have a tiki mug with his head, shrunken and zombified. So that was kind of fun. And it was a good movie. It's got Count Dooku. Christopher Lee is also in it.
Oh, yeah.
He plays the mummy. I'm like, wow.
Saruman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, there's a lot of the weird ones like Dracula, how many vampire movies are out there ad nauseum, right? And we're talking the low budget B ones. I always remember the sci-fi, when sci-fi was making movies, the Red Box release kind of movies.
Yeah.
Oh boy, somebody took a iPhone and filmed a movie. Cool.
I love movies, so I can watch a bad movie and enjoy it. If I know that's what I'm going into, I enjoy some of that stuff.
Yeah, he enjoyed the new Masters of the Universe. That's how
it was a funny,
he likes
funny
B
watch.
movies.
I didn't go to the theater, paid for it, but I thought it was entertaining. It was definitely better than the first one with Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, 100%.
That's kind of a low standard, man.
That was horrible.
See, I wish that was I wish I was scared fuck a Skeletor. They need to make a real epic one like that. Where you're actually scared.
But at least Skeletor looked like Skeletor in this one, and then in the first one with Dolph Lundgren, he looked like he had leprosy or something.
That's like Muppety shit.
He looked like an albino leopard.
Dude, I'm gonna have to watch this one, man.
Dude, they should have Peter Jackson needs to do the Masters of the Universe, not this fucking shit that I just watched.
Did you ever see Peter Jackson's horror movie? What was it? The Dead Alive?
No, I'm just going off the Lord.
My God, that movie is insane. I mean, if you like weird Evil Dead type stuff, That movie's
wow.
insane. Yeah,
What's
it's
it called?
it's pretty over the top with
What's it
blood and
called?
gore. The Dead Alive.
The Dead
Peter
Alive?
Jackson. Yeah.
What about you, Dubs? What is your lesser known horror movie that you like a lot?
Dude, I'm not sure if this one even counts, but Killer Clowns from Outer Space, dude. It's so corny, but the knock your block off scene. I loved that crap when I was a kid. What about you, Chad?
What obscure horror movie? Is that what we're doing
Like a
right
horror
now?
movie that you love that is let people don't remember. It's like a lesser known movie.
Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
Okay.
It's about have you guys seen that? It's about a serial killer. The movie's like training people how to be a serial killer, like a murderer, like Jason. It's a pretty entertaining movie.
I haven't seen. I got to check that one out. What about you, Dubs?
I haven't
What about
either.
you, man?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough question, man. I mean, what pops in my head is nobody really talks about the Toxic Avenger anymore.
Oh,
I remember the Toxic Avenger movies. There was a lot of boobies in that. So I used to watch those when I was a kid. Those were like wild BS, sort of horror-ish type things.
Trauma.
And then,
Number 3 and 4 are pretty over the top.
yeah.
Trauma film.
The remake is horrible.
Yeah, I never
want
saw the
Peter
remake.
Dinklage.
Huh? Yeah, the remake with Dinklage is horrible.
Yeah, watch that. Yeah.
And there was
For me, I
another
had a
movie.
couple.
There was another movie with Charlie Sheen, The Wraith. You remember that? He's like
The
a
what?
ghost. The Wraith with Charlie Sheen. He's like a ghost, and he drives like a friggin' black sports car, and he comes back. I can only remember it a little bit.
Yeah.
You guys don't remember that, The Wraith?
I remember a little bit of it. Yeah.
And there was another stupid movie with Emilio, his brother, called Repo Man.
Yeah,
That
Repo
works.
Man with the trunk of the car.
Yeah, those are more sci-fi, but those were around the same kind of time that nobody talks about.
What was the other one? Free Jack or something? The
Yeah,
that he did.
That was with Mick Jagger was in that one.
One of the best comedy movies, though. Watch Men at Work, where
Oh,
Charlie
yeah.
and his brother
Trashman.
play the garbage men in that.
Yeah.
Oh, Men at Work. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when I first knew who they were from that movie.
Well, John Leary says that was called The Rape with Charlie Sheen. That's not
Yeah,
right.
The Wraith.
Yep.
The Wraith
You
and
got
Charlie Sheen.
Cemetery
Yeah.
Man. But for me, I'm gonna give out 2. You remember Happy Birthday to Me? Back in the
Oh,
80s?
yeah.
That
Where
one.
she like basically was at the end of the movie and all those people were dead at the table and she was like happy birthday and she was singing happy birthday to
Oh
herself. Great.
yeah. Oh man.
And how about April Fool's Day? Where they pranked the
April-
person like they were all killed and at the end there was nothing wrong, but it was
No, I don't remember that.
I guess I'm too old. Never mind.
Well, I will
No,
say
Dad comes out with this shit. I'm
I
like,
don't-
I never heard it. I'll Google it after the episode.
I know there was one I
Same
watched
here.
recently on Netflix. Was it's something about the vampire on the airplane, and they like stole her kid. I can't think of what the name.
Oh
is.
yeah. I know
That was really good,
It's-
whatever that
that's
movie.
The female vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you didn't know it was vampire, like unless you obviously read ahead what it was. But they like kind of kept it sly and in the reveal and stuff like that. That was actually a really good movie. I was impressed.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. I know exactly what one
It's
you're talking
eluding
about.
me, as many things do.
Well, speaking of the Mummy, now we're on the Mummy episode.
Yep.
What's up with this Lee Cronin's The Mummy? What is that shit? Because that girl looks freaking scary as shit. I'm scared fuck already, and I haven't even watched it.
Yeah, it's more like
I
an Evil
did
Dead
watch it.
movie than the Mummy. It was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
creepy. That little girl in it.
It is tying into the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
They're kind of branching off on the mythos and what is it that just came out? Evil Dead Burn, Rise, whatever the new one is.
Yeah, there's 3 of them that are coming out in the next year or something. I saw.
Yeah. And they're all the different Necronomicons.
Yeah.
That are tied into it, and that's what I like about horror movies. The ones that have, we were talking about the different things like La Llorona and things like that, where there's actually the myth and the story behind it. So
Yeah.
much this slash and blood splatter, like gore movies, I'm okay with gore. It doesn't bother me, but like have a reasoning. Like I want you to tell me that, some demon was unleashed and blah, 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 and taking revenge. And like, I want a story, build a friggin' story. Don't just have some slasher, like I get slasher movies and they have their place and people like them. That's fine. But I just want more body to it. Like I actually want that historic, the amulet unleashed, plague upon whatever, whatever.
When you say about story, I remember when I first saw Mothman Prophecies with Richard Gere, I had to turn that off and watch it during the daytime. So I was just like, what? It wasn't like it was gory or anything. It was just frightening. You're just like, holy cow. And then it's based on true events, and you're like, hold on. And then that was when Google started being popular, so I started Googling it, and I'm like, holy cow, what the hell? This is actually crazy.
I really like that one. Yeah.
Yeah, your brain can fill in more than what they can with special effects.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's actually what you're doing with the caps. You're creating a story behind the caps, not just the cap.
Exactly.
And then we're on the journey. We're on the journey with Dubs now. We've already, we're part of the story.
Yeah.
I want to see where we go next.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's. I mean, like I anything that has like the Mothman Prophecy, that's a whole nother type of horror movie to me. I mean, it's just like I put that in a whole nother genre because it's
right.
Yeah, because you can actually do the research, like anything that's up in the northeast side with the witches and everything like that. You're just yeah.
That was kind of wild. I went to Salem on Halloween, this past Halloween. That shit was wild, man. I went through like this whole thing in the basement of somewhere where we went through like a mock of the witch trials and shit. It was like wild shit over there. Pretty cool stuff.
I've always wanted to check out were Salem and New Orleans.
Yeah, it's wild on Halloween, man. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it was a
that's on my bucket list.
Yeah. It was packed, but it's not too bad. Like the main street's pretty packed, but once you get out and around, it's not too bad. There's a lot of things to do. They have a torture museum where you go in there and you learn about all the different tortures over the years and stuff.
Good they have one of those at a Renaissance festival. The different ways that people have done bad things to people is just unbelievable.
Well, Michael sent me a picture after the last episode he was on of him with a statue of the Mothman, right?
Yes, I've been there. I've been to the bridge in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, is where.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what was the entry fee for the torture museum, man?
Oh yeah, I don't. It's probably $25, something like that. They hike up some prices there, and then times 4, about $100 to get in that place.
That's cool.
Yeah, I some channelers they always talk about like the torture, like medieval torture things that they used to do, like where they just put somebody in honey and leave them outside.
A lot of effed up shit.
Yeah.
Like Bill and Ted, put them in the Iron Maiden.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent.
All right, so the next one we have is the best franchise of horror movies.
I got my answer. You want me to go first?
Sure.
Yes.
Everybody else is thinking. Mine is the George Romero zombie movies. I'm big into that. The reason why I'm big into those is because of the social commentary behind each one of them. So the Night of the Living Dead was about kind of like racism, because they didn't want to follow the black guy at the end. And then Dawn of the Dead was the rise of commercialism. People walking around the malls like zombies, right? I didn't like the remake of that where the zombies are running. I don't like just running zombies.
Yeah, I don't like fast zombies.
And then the Day of the Dead was like in the 80s, like the backdrop of the nuclear arms race when they're down in that nuclear bunker and the guy's like got his little room set up like Jamaica with like different pictures of islands and stuff. And then Land of the Dead, that was like post 9/11 paranoia and then the class warfare and stuff, and the zombies started getting intelligent. And then there was another one about technology after that. I think it was Diary of the Dead or something like that. But everything's got a backdrop storyline to his zombie movies. I absolutely love those. That's my favorite franchise. You call that a franchise? His zombie movies.
That would rate up there with me too as one of my favorites. I would also say I loved both Hellraiser and the Texas Chainsaw franchises.
Texas Chainsaw.
I
That
love
I
the
like
whole
the remake.
Hellraiser
I
thing
like
with
the
the
Texas,
Xenobites. Huh?
Texas Chainsaw remake. I liked the one with Jessica
Yeah.
Biel. That one I
Yeah.
liked.
Oh, yeah. That one is pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. But I love both those franchises. Anything tied to them. I was a big Clive Barker fan. I read a lot of his books.
They did that Hellraiser remake too, where they made.
Oh yeah, with the female Pinhead.
Yeah.
Hulu did it.
Yeah. Then it wasn't
Yeah.
like bad either, but
Yeah, the only thing I
story
didn't like
drifted.
is the Xenobites. They used too much CGI. I think if it had some more practical effects, it would have looked better. But I thought it was a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
But I even like the bad Hellraiser movies. So I mean, I get a kick out of all that stuff.
It was an ingenious character. Like I'll agree with you, Hellraiser's right up there.
Pinhead, yeah.
Good series.
I
Let's face it, some of them are pretty crap. But the other
one
ones,
of my favorite horror movies is another Clive Barker one, The Nightbreed. I love that the whole idea of media and where the monsters are, and that was a pretty cool movie.
I'll go along with. So I like Hellraiser. I obviously am an Evil Dead fan. I'm cool with that as a good series. You got to give nods to, like, whether you like it or not, you've got your three main ones, right? Friday the 13th, Halloween, and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Friday, yeah.
Just based on how many movies they've made. Like, it obviously resonated with the most amount of people and is huge. And then my obscure, so this will be one of my favorite things, and then the obscure reference from earlier, Tales from the Crypt, which is a TV show, so it kind of slides in there. But the Tales from the Crypt, I like those anthology series.
Yeah.
Where you
Most
get a
definitely
different thing each time. Going back to like Vampirella, Eerie.
I read all that stuff.
Magazine. Yeah. So those are really cool things.
Dude, that intro and the laugh, man, was just epic at that time. Dude, when I was a kid, that freaked me out, dude. I was man.
That freaked me out. That was when I shut the TV off. Like, oh shit, Tales from the Crypt is on. It's time to go to bed.
Actually, when we talked about our top 5, I was like, I'm throwing Tales from the Crypt in here, even though it's not a movie. So yeah.
Well, what about Twilight Zone, Dubs? You had us in the Twilight Zone, one of your intros.
Yeah, love Twilight.
One of my favorites.
Talkie Tina, or whatever her name was, pretty much the beginning of the messed up dolls like Chucky. So
what about you, Dubs?
So Nightmare on Elm Street, dude. What Mike said. Yeah.
Did you like the remake?
Burnt up dude that kills people in their dreams and has a cool glove blade. I mean, what's not to love? So.
Did you like the remake?
I have not watched all of them, so just the early ones. I'm not quite the horror fan you guys are. So.
Yeah, I mean, me neither. And I didn't. I used to watch the Jasons, and then I was so excited. Yeah. I went to see Jason Takes Manhattan, the movie. They had all my friends, and it was one of the worst movies I ever saw. He came to New York, to my town, and it was fucking horrible. He didn't get to New York to the very end. He was on some stupid boat the whole time. Yeah. After that, I was like, "The hell with this!" I don't think I've seen another one after that.
So, how many movies are there now for Nightmare?
Well, I think there was Jason X, where he goes to space, and then I think after that it was Freddy versus Jason. But I don't know if that's considered an Elm Street or a Jason movie.
Yeah, the collab movies. Yeah.
What was the Elm Street remake? Wasn't that one like Freddy or something too? Like they changed.
Wasn't
I think it was just called Elm Street, wasn't it? Or
okay.
God, I can't remember.
The backstory, like we molested kids and everything.
Yeah. It was all right, but I didn't think it was as good as the original. I'll always see Robert Englund as Freddy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Same here. Yeah.
That's one of those.
How many Freddy movies? Robert Englund was Freddy for how many movies? A lot, right?
Yeah. I'm curious on that. Yeah.
All of them except for the remake.
The remake.
Except for the remake. And that's just a remake of the first one?
It's the remake of the original story.
So there's a thing, like you just said, Robert Englund is Freddy. So who's your Hellboy?
Who's your what?
Who's your Hellboy?
Hellboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like the second Hellboy. I don't really like the guy that played Hellboy in the original one, just because I see him in every movie that he plays. He's always the same guy. I thought the character in the second one looked more like him.
Really?
But
Okay.
I thought the original movies were better movies.
Yeah, the Guillermo ones.
Yes.
Yep.
That was a comic first, right? It was based on a comic.
Yeah, it was comic. I was pretty big into that.
Mike Magnolia, I think it is.
Yeah, yeah.
It's called The New Nightmare. That's what it was called, the new Freddy one.
That's
okay.
right. The New Nightmare.
Nice.
And then for me, on my in second place would probably be Jeepers Creepers line. But
Yeah, I
my
love those.
favorite series is probably Children of the Corn.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. That one was. I grew up near a cornfield, and that was like we had a run when we walked by the cornfield at nighttime. Yeah.
He Who Walks the Rose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, it's just great memories. And like you were saying with the Tales of the Crypt, when they would come on TV, you turn the channel. Yeah, around that same time, what was that? What was Elvira's Masquerade one? I used to watch that one.
Elvira's, yeah.
You know why the Elvira movie either.
Well, we still got to go through our top 5 horror movies.
Yeah, we can do that. We got plenty of time.
I guess for my top 5, it would be The Night Read,
Okay.
The Thing. I love The Thing.
Oh, that's
good.
one of mine.
Dawn of the Dead, Cabin in the Woods, which I think that kind of ties into the Evil Dead story too, or maybe even like the Cthulhu mythos. You got the great old ones underground that they're trying to placate, with these sacrifices. And then also The Mist. I think of any horror movie, that movie has like the best ending, just the way it ends. They're all there at the end. The guy has to kill everybody in the car. There's not enough bullets for him, and so he's stuck sitting there grieving. And then the army comes by, and everything's over. And it's just a kick in the gut. I love that they ended it that way.
Yep. What about you, Ant?
Like Dub says, like I'm not the biggest horror guy, but I do. One of my favorite movies of all time is a horror movie, and that's The Shining. As I'm big into Stanley Kubrick, so I'm big into Romero, and The Shining is definitely my number one. I'm also a huge Jack Nicholson fan, so that's my number one. Then I guess to round it out would have to be all those Romero movies. I mean, and there's a couple of other ones I'm probably neglecting to mention that I'll remember after the show.
Yeah.
But
So which of the Romero series do you like best?
I would say Dawn of the Dead. Same thing like you on your list. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the scariest fucking movie I ever saw in my life, I have to put up there, but I never finished it because I'm still to this day absolutely petrified of it. So I guess you could put it up there, is The Exorcist.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I walked up those stairs in DC.
Did you
They got
really?
the big Exorcist stairs there that they film, that
Oh my
the house
God.
actually is
Oh,
at the
thank you.
top of the stairs.
That I
That's
couldn't.
cool.
I can't, man. See, nothing scares me more than little kids. That's the scariest fucking thing. Those two little fucking twins in The Shining. Yes, and the red rum kid. The red rum kid. Forget it. It's the girl from Psycho. I mean, I'm scared shit of kids, bro. That's the scariest thing.
Dubs?
Yeah, man, this is a really hard question actually, because it's a lot to go through and process. But I mean, like the ones I just mentioned, Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, Poltergeist, The Killer Clowns, Tales from the Crypt, man. I like that kind of stuff. And I like stuff with like a supernatural flair to it more than just chop you up and kill you. So
That's what I meant to say. Poltergeist is what the girl says. They're back, right? They're back.
yeah.
That's scary as shit.
Yeah.
In the
it's more of
screen,
those.
the TV screen behind it.
Yeah.
And it's more of a supernatural vibe, man, which I kind of like a little bit. So, yeah.
All right, Mike, you got your top 5, or want me to go first?
I think I got it. Let's see. So The Creature from the Black Lagoon is my ultimate favorite. I love that. That was part of the reasoning behind that being my second cap to do. So that one's up there. Like I said, Army of Darkness is a favorite of mine. Exorcist, by all means, yes. I will say the Amityville Horror scared me the most as a kid. That one.
Did you like the remake with Ryan Reynolds?
Nah, I didn't. It didn't have the same feeling for me. It just felt like a totally different movie. There was something about the '70s one that really hit. I don't know. I think it's because I was entirely too young to be watching it. But whenever I saw it, like,
Right.
after the fact, that totally freaked me out with, like the pit and the the underneath the stairs and all that stuff. So yeah, I got those. I said The Exorcist, Amityville Horror, and then Poltergeist. That one freaked me out a lot too. And
Yeah, when that movie first came out, it was pretty spooky.
and the other
Yeah,
parts
that's
of that spooky is the girl that was in it and how she was like cursed by the movie and died.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, the little blind girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And don't sleep on whatever it is. I think it's Poltergeist 3, where they're in the skyscraper and the mirror scenes with the kid and all that. Talk about, like, these are freaky scares without being like entirely like blood, gore, whatever. It's just like that creepy out of the shadows kind of scare. And I love that stuff. I will say two other things of note. The Ring was a good one. And that is still one of the things that freaks me out most about movies. And even, like, I know they're remaking The Exorcist now too, but whenever they do the slow motion contortion of bodies, and puts me on
flip over
so
and they're running backwards like a crab.
When that girl climbs out of the TV, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The girl comes out of the
Backwards
TV.
and
Forget it, bro. That's crazy.
Every time I freak out.
Oh man.
Like, and the noise that they make that goes so perfectly with it. So that's
And then
big
walking backwards, like,
Yes.
man,
Yes.
don't make
yeah,
Oh
keep
my
that shit
God.
away. But
I think that was the first time I remember seeing something like that was in The Ring. I think that was the first time that I might have ever seen about that.
that's why I cited it. That's like the first time it comes to mind. Then you got like
It's like some crazy Circus Olay stuff.
Well, there was a wrestler who did that. They used to come out, or she used to come out like that.
Yeah.
That freaked the shit out of me, man. I'm like, no.
A female wrestler.
Yeah, it was either a female wrestler or somebody had them come out with them.
Ray Wyatt did it with the WWE recently too.
It was probably Brave. It was probably the Wyatt family. It was probably that.
Yeah.
Which he was a genius. He was a genius as well with the stuff he did. But stupid WWE would never finish his stories, so they would be all open ended, and then he passed away at a young age, which was terrible.
Yeah, and his brother couldn't fill the gap like they were hoping.
Yeah, exactly. That sort of came. We were excited about it, and just like things he did, it sort of went away. But that's their fault. They can't keep the story going.
And then one other word of note: the Jigsaw Saw line of films. Like, I'm not big on the gore films, but I think what I like most about those is because, once again, my '80s era, I watched Tom and Jerry cartoons, right? So you had the Rube Goldberg style way of catching or trying to catch Jerry that failed, and these are kind of the Rube Goldberg killing machines.
Help me, I live with you. Save me.
So it's kind of freaky, and I like that. Like, they had a nice take on a gory movie, I guess. I don't know.
Well, Itchy and Scratchy is the gory version of Tom and Jerry. There was nothing like Tom and Jerry.
Who are a little older grew up with a lot more violent cartoons than what younger than us did.
Oh yeah.
All those old Bugs Bunny cartoons where they're shooting each other and blowing each other up. And
Or
when I would put on Tom and Jerry, my kids would be wild. I put on Tom and Jerry, and they would just stop. And there would be zombies just watching them. It was the most unbelievable thing. They were geniuses, those guys.
Have you guys ever seen the Happy Tree Friends?
No.
Oh my God, they're like incredibly violent cartoons with these like super happy looking animals. They look them up on YouTube. The Happy Tree Friends, they're insane.
That's crazy.
For me, I would say,
good.
I remember the movie Thinner.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't gory, but it was just
it's Stephen King.
Yeah. Maximum Overdrive.
Drag Me Back to Hell was kind of like that movie Thinner too. You offend a gypsy and she puts a curse on you and you're screwed.
Yep.
Yeah. Maximum Overdrive was another one.
Yeah.
The original Pet Cemetery.
Oh my God, that's terrifying. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one had Herman Munster in it. Fred Gwynn.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who was that? That just said, "Oh my God, that was terrifying."
That's Emma.
Oh, all right. What's up,
Well,
Emma?
bring her on camera.
She's
Bring
coming
her on
around. She's
camera.
coming around.
Well, hello, Emma.
What's
Hey.
up, Emma?
If you haven't seen The Orphanage, I think that's what it's called, El Orfanato
Ooh, that's
in
a good one.
Spanish. It's a terrifying movie if you're a parent. I watched it before I was a parent and I was terrified, but it still haunts me to this day.
Oh shit! What is the orphanage?
It's called in Spanish El Orfanato. I
I've
think
seen
it's
it on
called
Netflix.
The Orphanage in
Oh, wow.
Spanish, but in English. But yeah,
If it's got
terrifying.
kids in it, I'm out. I can't deal with the little kids. They scare the shit out of me.
Yeah. But yeah, The Exorcist too. That one. Oof. The Exorcist and Pet
Yeah,
Sematary.
yeah, yeah.
Watch them
That's-
way too
yeah.
young.
The mummy, the new mummy, is that way too. That
I
whole
can't.
deal with
Exactly. That's why it scares the shit out of me. That girl right away. I was like, oh hell no.
The girl. Yeah,
Where that skin peels on her leg and foot.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm leaving.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's scary.
And probably my other one would be Candyman, the original Candyman.
oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That was great. That was great.
Yeah, there are 2 or 3 of those movies. I think there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
We didn't say much Stephen King. I mean, I had The Shining, but we didn't do much Stephen King, right? Nobody said
Oh yeah,
Ed or
Misery.
anything.
Well, Misery was on there. Misery.
Yeah.
Oh, Misery. Okay.
Yeah, he's so messed up in the head.
I like that Doctor
Who?
Sleep too. That comes after The Shining. That's
Who?
a really cool movie.
Yeah.
Who did
That I haven't
the
seen. I gotta see that.
Who did the Children Under the Stairs movie? Who was that?
That was
People
Stephen
under the
King.
stairs.
Was that Stephen King?
People
Okay,
Under the
yeah.
Stairs. Yeah.
Or
People under the
Under
stairs. That was in my head too, maybe.
Yeah.
What about The Hills Have Eyes? That's another one, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
those
man,
those
that was-
movies are pretty good. The older ones. They made remakes of them too.
They've got Castle Rock as that TV show, whatever you want to call it, series on Netflix or Hulu, one or the other. That was pretty good too, and that was based off of the whole Stephen King mythos or what have you.
Oh, okay.
I like all those mutated hillbilly movies, like Wrong Turn, and those movies too. I always get a kick out of those.
The Rob Zombie style flicks.
Yeah, the people living up in the hills that have been out of touch with society forever, that have inbred themselves into monsters. Some of those Wrong Turn movies are pretty entertaining.
I always got to hit up Google search, man, when I talk to Chad about this stuff. I have no idea what it
Yeah,
is.
I mean, I was saying the same thing.
I loved it.
Research.
I was a huge horror movie buff growing up.
Chad, you
I
watch a lot of
loved all
Tubi?
that stuff.
You watch a lot of Tubi, Chad?
Huh? Yeah,
You like- you watch a lot of
I
Tubi
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christine. Christine is another one that got here. Cujo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ooh, Christine's good. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a good book too.
Yes, yes.
Book's better than the movie, but they're both very good.
I've never read a book in my life.
Shame.
if you count Sports Illustrated, I just can't.
Swimsuit edition.
Yeah.
Only the swimsuit issue.
Yeah.
I don't even want to see that these days.
Yeah, no, that's old school stuff, man. That doesn't come here anymore.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we got. Let's go ahead and go back to the cap. The reason that we had a question there, what's up, everybody wearing the same cap? This was actually released tonight. This is The Mummy, and you can get it at the Etsy location. I'll go ahead and post that in the chat as well again. You can pick up The Mummy as well as The Creature and The Werewolf at their at Headstone Apparel Shop.etsy.com. And we hope to send them quite a few sales so we can see a lot more releases in the future.
Yes,
Again,
please.
small
Nice
business
cap.
owned. And, we'd like to see you explode, to be honest with you, Mike. I mean, you're a great guy. And we'd like to see you. I mean, we'd like to see be like the next Peaky Hat, where they started off small and then now they're all over.
Absolutely, yeah.
I
Come
can't-
on and release the cap again with us.
And they're
Yes,
great lids.
Exactly.
They're great lids, yeah.
I can't thank you guys enough for all you do for all
I
us
mean-
small guys out here. Funky Brims, Peaky, any of those guys that have been on the show. I mean, you're great at helping support small business. And same thing back, like on all my Facebook posts, Instagram. I push you guys. You guys are small business too. Like we want, it's a combined effort. We all want to
Yeah,
succeed. And I appreciate
That's what we're all about on here, man. That's what we're all
Yeah.
about.
it's just giving back within the community, our growing community of just different people, different hats. different, views. I was watching Chad with his grooming of the dog because I have the American Eskimo. I pulled that up and I'm like, oh, I don't have it nearly as bad as he's got. So it's just fun to see all this stuff, and
Yeah.
I want you guys to keep making these shows so I can see Dubs' intros that he keeps doing.
We got to continue the story.
Yeah,
we
he's
keep
a
moving
master
on.
at those.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it. So
Well,
Dude,
the next time
we
you come
definitely
on,
need to hear back from you around Halloween, man, because that's your thing. So we
Absolutely.
gotta figure something out there.
Yes.
Man. So,
Yeah, we'll call the spotting for him. He's got a spot in October for sure.
Most
man.
definitely.
yeah, we're going to do an
Most
episode around
definitely.
Halloween time, the week before, 2 weeks before Halloween, where it's going to be Halloween themed for hats.
Yeah.
And we'll get, it's going to be a multi-layered show where we'll have you drop in another.
I was going to say, even if it's a pop in, man, you got to be there. So
we want to. We have an idea of doing a show where we got different hatters popping in, showing their Halloween releases, throughout the show. So.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
It will. I'm looking forward to it.
And Mike, you're always welcome back. Just send us a message whenever you got something dropping. We'll put you on the schedule. You're a great guy to have on here, and we appreciate you. And you want to drop any hints for the next show?
Yeah, I'll drop a hint. It's another one of those small hatters that almost in the same vein as a Zia Cat Makers or along those lines. So those guys usually they get down to the nitty gritty with us and they show us the actual process of making the hat, which is what we love about those shows. So we're gonna have another one of those gentlemen on who has not been on yet, so he'll have his time next week. So we'll surprise you with that in a little bit.
Very cool.
Oh, we got some more orders popping in here, Mike. So it looks like we sent you some business on the way there, bud.
I'm getting the notifications. Emma's keeping me in tune, and we're doing well. We're selling hats, so this is a good sign. We're gonna spend all night boxing them up.
Absolutely, man.
All right. Any final words from anybody else here?
Thanks for coming on. I always love to have you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Love the caps too.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and watching. We'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good night, everybody.
See you guys.
Later.